Welcome everybody to the 2013 District-Wide Programs Graduation Celebration. This is a day that we look forward to for a long time. I know the families in the audience, you've really been looking forward to this for a long time. It's an exciting time to look at the 27 graduates sitting in front of me and knowing everything that they've gone through to get to this point today. We know life has not been easy. We know there's been tremendous obstacles put in your way. But we also know, because you're sitting in these chairs today, that you overcame those obstacles. You did it. No matter what anybody said, no matter how many times you thought I couldn't do it, here you are today. Proof. I really want all of you to take a moment and just think about how important this is. For over 12 years of your life, you've worked on your education. You've worked hard, you've gone to school every day, well, most of you. But you made it through, you put the time and effort in. Really be present and understand how important this is. Because life is hard. I hate to break it to you. There are going to be lots of times when you're going through life and you're thinking, man, there's just no way, I can't do this. Take a minute and just remember that day you sat in the North Auditorium with your cap and gown on, and you had this huge auditorium of people here to love you and support you and congratulate you. You can do it. Nothing is insurmountable. You've made this major milestone, and there's so many more to come. Now, as much as I know you'd love to sit and listen to me all day, we do have some students who'll be speaking for us today, which is really exciting for me. We have 5 speakers on the program. One was inadvertently left off, but she's very important. Our first speaker will be Robert Adler. Come on up, Robert.
Okay. 407 years ago is one of the many speeches we learned in history class. Hello, my name is Rob Adler, and I am a graduate of the class of 2013. How did I get to this point? I had to learn to come to school every day, even though I would have much preferred to throw the covers over my head. I had to do all my work. What fun that was. If I missed a day, I had to make up the time I missed. That was so boring. I had to learn to ask the teachers for help. Scary? Such a challenge. But if I hadn't done all those things, I would not be where I am today. Things I have learned in school are knowledge of science and a love of history. I also learned how to use a computer. That was the most fun I ever had in school. I learned how to talk to people and answer the questions they had. Over the past 4 years, I learned that I can be stubborn and hot-headed. I learned that I can be capable and I can be a very good friend and roommate. I learned how to treat people, but the most important thing I learned was that I am important. My plan for the future is to become a manager of gamers due to my love of video games. And that is all for me.
Good job, Good job. Our next speaker is Austin KILLINS.
Wow, there are a lot of people here tonight. First, I want to congratulate all my fellow graduates on getting their diploma, and I want to thank everybody for coming out today. It's time to start a new chapter in our lives. And it seems like only yesterday that it was my first day of senior year, for the first time. The next 2 years after that were just as magical as the first. I mean, it's not that big of a deal I've been in high school for 6 years, is it? A lot of people go to school for that long. Sure, they're called doctors, but high school graduate sounds pretty good to me. We all come here from different backgrounds, different experiences, and different things who make us who we are today. But we've all come here with the same goal in mind, and that is to earn a high school diploma. Today, we have all accomplished that goal together. And while that is something to be proud of and celebrate, it is just the first step on the journey of building a better future for ourselves, the people we care about, and our community. The road to this day has been long and difficult. There have been many times when I felt like giving up, when I thought the obstacles in my way would keep me from becoming the man I knew I could be. I tried traditional classes many times, and many times I failed. It wasn't until I was introduced to online classes such as E2020 that I was able to succeed. I know a lot of you here today have shared a similar experience to mine. Programs such as this have given us an opportunity to reach new heights and to pave a pathway to a future that we can travel, knowing that if we want something enough and are willing to work hard enough for it, we can do great things in life. Our past doesn't define our future. We define our future by the actions that we take and our willingness to be better people tomorrow than we were yesterday. And we didn't get here by ourselves. I want to thank my mom first. She has pushed me more than anybody I know, and not only to be a better student, but to be a better person in general. My teachers at Cassidy, I did not make it easy for you to do your job, and I want to thank you for sticking with me. I will never forget the time that I had at Cassidy, and I'm sure you won't forget me either. Thank you.
Our next speaker is Mr. Kevin Mitchell.
Whoa, this is big. Kind of scared right now, but this will be okay. Where is? Alrighty. Thank you all for coming. First, I would like to give honor to God, who is ahead of my life. I would like to thank my family for coming out. I would like to thank Cassidy Alternative Center for faculties and staff for helping me. I'm kind of scared right now, guys. So, before coming to Cassidy, I was bounced between public school and a number of alternative schools. I thought that no one loved me because I was adopted. I didn't like seeing other people with their family because I didn't have a real family of my own. Excuse me. Let's see. My grades were pretty good, but my behavior was not. I would get suspended for fighting, but I always managed to make up my work when needed. After completing Woodward Academy, I came to Cassidy. I knew immediately that it would be okay, because I knew the staff. As all of you may know, a lot has been thrown at me in my short lifespan. There have been times where I didn't think I would make it. There have been times where I've ran away from home, but I always meant to make it to school the next day. Some days I knew I would have problems, so before I would go to my classroom, I would go to Miss Julie Bray. And I knew once she got tired of me, she would send me off to Mr. Brian Keeney. He's out there somewhere. When I cooled down and expressed how I felt, Mr. Brian would send me to class or have me work in his office. Once there was a fight between my friend and someone, So Mr. Bryan knew I would get involved with it, so he locked me in his room until the altercation was over. Miss Holly was my favorite teacher. Her and Mr. Bryan, they would keep me out of so much trouble. Miss Holly taught me in de jour how to play the piano, a skill that I even use today. Cassidy's staff has helped me a lot, not only in my classroom, but in my personal life. They have hung out with me, checked up on me, took me out to eat. For some reason, when I acted up in school, they knew there was something wrong in my personal life. What Cassidy means to me is an alternative, a second chance to life. If it had not been for Cassidy, I wouldn't be here right now. Thanks, Cassidy, for putting a work ethic in me. It has been a long journey. Because of you, I am graduating with a high school diploma and going on to the next chapter of my life, college. I plan on going to Kirkwood College in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, to major in criminal justice and graduate with an associate's degree. Once I obtain my associate's degree, I plan on becoming a police officer in Dallas, Texas. I feel excited about my future and my life. I never thought I would make it this far. I know that I still have more to do, but I am confident that I can do it now. Love you, Cassidy. God bless.
All right. Good job, Kevin. Thank you. Our next speaker is Miss Janelle Moore.
Hi, my name is Janelle, and I am a senior from Focus High School. I never thought I would get here, but where am I now? I am finally achieving my goal and walking across this stage, getting a piece of paper that says, I did it. How did I get here? I turned my absences into coming to school every day. I turned my anger into happiness. I went from having low self-esteem to high self-esteem. I had support from my friends, family, and teachers pushing me to accomplish. I at last had trust in myself and others, telling myself I can do it. With all of this, I made it to this point in my life where I can finally say I am a graduate of class 2013. Where do I go from here? I plan to attend college at DMAC for early childhood education. I want to eventually become a kindergarten teacher one day. I want to start a family of my own and become fully employed. But last but not least, I want to become an independent woman for myself and no one else. I am so glad to tell you that I'm an official graduate, and I am proud to have started a journey that I have finally finished by the end. Congratulations to myself and all other seniors. We have just begun a new stage in our life.
And our last, but certainly not least speaker, Miss NICOLE HART.
Well, I'd like to say thank you to my mother, Shannon, my grandma, Frida, and my sister, Brianna, who couldn't be here tonight because she had to work. Yes, I'm a junior, and I'm pretty proud of myself. Took me a lot of obstacles and struggles to be here, to actually graduate as a year early. I'm proud for the rest of my family who supported me. I'm proud of my teachers, Miss Toomey and Miss Smith, for helping me through all this to graduate, and everyone else, and thank you.
Thank you. Those are great speeches, and I really appreciate it. I can't say it better. You guys did a great job. So now it's time for the presentation of the diplomas. Mr. Schellenberg, will you lead the first row up to line up? All right, I think we're all ready. Our first graduate, Mr. Robert Adler. Up this way, Robert. He's the first one, so. Now that Robert's blazed the trail, we have Miss Ashley Brown. Good job, Mr. Michael Clifton. Mr. Christopher Eiton. Perfect, Chris. Good job. Mr. Daniel Evans. Mr. Abraham Fagori. Ms. Kelsey Fox. Miss Chelsea Freeman. Nicole Hart. Mr. Ronald Hunt, Jr. Austin Killins. Miss Brianna Lloyd. Tyler Miller. Mr. Kevin Mitchell. Agreed. Miss Janelle Moore. Mr. Nico Newsom. Mr. Shane Roby. Mr. Rayvante Robinson. Montana Ryan. Samaria Sampson. Mr. Ted Stoicky.
I'm Derek Tubin.
Mr. Derek Too Good. Mr. Kyle Wallace. And last but not least, Mr. Jacob White. I want to thank Mr. Bryce Amos and Miss Janet Young for helping us hand out the diplomas. I was so excited to give them out to you guys, I forgot to introduce them. And then also, Jeanette Woods was our special presenter today. As you may know, Jeanette was a former school board member of the Des Moines Schools and really wanted to hand her grandson that diploma. So. Want to make a big thank you to everybody in this room. For these 27 kids, this would never have been possible without all of the people in this room. So graduates, I think it's time you give your families a round of applause. We're going to try something a little different. For the moving of the task slide, I'd like all of the graduates to come up on stage and be careful not to fall off. So let's go, guys. As a graduate, it's a tradition to take your tassel as we move it from the right side to the left side. You are officially a graduate of the 2013. Move your tassels. The The celebration will continue with a reception out in the lobby. Thank you all so much for attending, and one last round of applause for these amazing young men and women.